What's going on, everyone? This is Zach. Welcome back to another album review. Now, I did say that I would... Well, actually, did I say I would review this? Either way, I'm going to review it. A lot of you may know that I was once a huge fan of Dead by April. Like, they used to be, like, my favorite band. Like, they were kind of the guys that... They were kind of the first metal-ish band that I got into before I found Demon Hunter, and yeah, so of course, Dead by April, since they they hold a nostalgic feeling for me just a little bit, not too much, but they're just kind of like an alright band for me nowadays. So I just want to let you guys know about that, because I don't want people to think that, like, I just now knew about this band. No, I've kind of been in this band for about maybe 4 years now. As you guys can see here, I do have a backdrop here now. I do want to use this more often, more professional videos and whatnot. So yes, today we will be taking a look at Dead by April's brand new album, Worlds Collide. Came out pretty recently. Got some things to say about this album, because I hate to say it, it's really not all that great. I think I still prefer their last album, Let the World Know, than this album, because this album does have a lot of problems, okay? Well, I do want to save the bad things about this album, and I do want to talk about the good things I liked about this album first, okay? First off, there's only really 3 tracks I like off this album. One of them being Breaking Point. It's actually one of the highlights from this record. I think it's very good. It's got a really nice tone. It has a great chorus. Pontus delivered a really great chorus with this one. The scream vocals by Christopher were pretty good, even though I felt like the scream vocals could have had more of the spotlight on that song. Because it just has a little bit of screaming. It's kind of brief, it's not too much, but yeah, but Breaking Point has a very catchy chorus. I think it's just a good song overall. One of my only complaints about it is that, well, I think Dead by April kind of struggles with this a lot, but a lot of times they have moments where it's like, whatever the song title is, they say that the song title just repeatedly in the song. Like, it's like they're trying to get their point across. Okay, that's what the song is called. Okay, we already know that's what the song is called. You don't need to say it like the majority of the song, you know? I know another song they struggled with that on this album. I think it's Warrior. When Christopher screams Warrior a few times. To me, that just sounds filler. And honestly, I would rather them not have anything in those lines. I'd rather it just be instruments. You don't need to keep repeating that line. And Breaking Point is almost a perfect Dead by April song. You know, if they would have just started that song off with the instruments and the heavy guitars and all that, without Pontus saying, what's that line? My breaking point? That very first line when he says that didn't need to happen, I don't think. It would have been so much better if that wasn't there, if it was just the heavy instruments. That'd be great. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good song. And the second song that I like off this album it's called Our Worlds Collide. Now, this is one that I do enjoy. This is another one where Pontus's vocals really shine, as well as Christopher's scream vocals, of course. They're very good. Kind of have like that tempo feel to it. Again, it has like just a nice vibe to it, and the track just closes in like these electronic keys and all that. I like that a lot. I think that it wrapped up that song very well. The last song that I liked on this album was This Is My Life. Now, I don't know if Dead by April was listening to the metal community, but this is a song that I've always wanted from this band. I mean, the song "This Is My Life" is all scream vocals. There's no cleans in it whatsoever, and that's a first for Dead by April. I gotta give them props for that. I mean, they did great with that song, and I would even consider it one of Dead by April's best songs. I mean, it's really great. I mean, it's about time they did a song like this. It does have its mellow points in it, though, like within the instruments, but it's very good, I gotta say. Other than those 3 tracks, Breaking Point, Our Worlds Collide, and This Is My Life, the rest of the album's not too great. I mean, if there's any tracks that are worth checking out on this album, it would be those 3 tracks. Now I'm going to get to some of my problems with it. And, well, the first problem is, well, it's not, I don't think it's really a problem with the band. I don't think it's the band's fault, but it's when this album was released. Now, this album was announced, like, a while ago. Well, the album title wasn't. We didn't know what the album title was going to be, but we just knew that Dead by April was working on a new album, and we didn't know exactly when it would come out. I myself and a lot of people expected 2016, but it didn't come out till this year, 2017. And it did kind of annoy me, to be honest, that they didn't, announce it sooner. And I just don't understand how bands can get away with, like, not releasing an album in years. It's like Dead by April kind of has, like, a 3-year cycle within their albums. Like, you wait a while for them to release new music. It's kind of ridiculous. And I don't know how people keep interest in that. Like, when a band, I don't know about anyone else, but, like, when a band doesn't release music in a certain amount of time, I tend to lose interest. It's like, okay, I guess that band's done. Off to the next one. But then when they do return, it's like, Dead by April, they had their time. But time for other stuff. But when they were getting to the point where they were, like, about to announce this album, I saw, like, this kind of thing on, I think it might have been Dead by April's YouTube channel, but they were like, oh, pre-orders available. And I was like, oh, really? Pre-orders are available? Here, when I clicked on the video, it was just like merchandise. I was like, are you kidding me? And on top of all that, they had this like weird, like, voice, this weird auto-tune voice that sounds like they got from Google Translate. Now, I will be one to admit that I do use Google Translate voices to, just for comedy reasons, but to use it to, like, sell band merch? Come on. Seriously? That's just so unnecessary. You're making yourself look so bad. I mean, people just go, like, absolutely insane over this band, and I don't know why. But I think no matter where a band or where the fans are from, I think either way, Dead by April has some of the weirdest fans. They got a pretty weird fan base. But aside of how this album sounds, the marketing for this album was confusing. I mean, like, first, like, they announced that they were working on new music back in maybe late 2015. I am not sure. And then, like, I want to say, like, some point last year, pre-orders available. Here it's just pre-orders for merchandise. It wasn't even a pre-order for their new album. I was like, what? That's ridiculous. So I thought that was stupid and annoying. As far as the music goes, I do want to go into more detail about the music in this album. First off, the very first track, Crying Over You, is not a very good album opener, I'm afraid. I feel like it didn't give off the right mood for the rest of the album. And another problem I had was track number 3, which is Playing with Fire. It has this, like, pop-influenced deep auto-tune in it, that it sounds like a pop song from, like, 2010. I don't know what was up with that, and I don't know why they thought that that was a good idea. And as far as the song My Heart is Crushable goes, I mean, this is such a Dead by April-ish sounding song title. Like, it doesn't surprise me that they have a song called My Heart is Crushable, because all their lyrics are the same. Like, it's always been about heartbreaks, this and that. Not only is it annoying, but I don't like the concept of that. Like, can you think of anything else besides, like, love songs? Because I'm not a fan of those kind of songs, personally. And I never really liked this song when it first, when it was in promotion to the album. I didn't care for it. I still preferred Breaking Point, and I think, in my personal opinion, Breaking Point was still the best single from this record. And probably the only good single, too. My Heart is Crushable was not good. Warrior was kind of middle of the road. I mean, I listen to it sometimes, but not really too much. I only listened to it twice, and I think that's about it. The two worst songs from this record are the two last tracks, which are Perfect the Way You Are and For Every Step. As far as Perfect the Way You Are goes, I mean, this sounds very Three Doors Down influenced. I mean, if you listen to the song, you can hear it. I mean, it is a mediocre type love song, okay? This is not a very good song, in my opinion. I was very disappointed by it, even though I was very excited to hear it. It did not impress me. I mean, it sounded like every love song that I've heard before. It's not that great. And as far as the last track goes, For Every Step, this is featuring Tommy something. And very rarely does Dead by April have guest vocals in their albums. But there is a guest vocalist in the last track. And let me tell you, this is the worst track on the record, okay? First off, I don't know why they thought that this would be a good idea for an album close, because it's not really. When I heard that Dead by April was having a guest vocalist on this track, I expected the guest vocalist to sound like Pontus, and honestly, he doesn't sound like anything like him. I mean, I was very disappointed by this song. Like, I'd feel so bad for anyone who was listening to Dead by April for the first time and they hear that song, they're gonna assume that all the rest of their discography sounds like that. That is not great. It's weak, and this guy's voice doesn't even sound like it would be a part of Dead by April. Like, it doesn't even sound like a Dead by April song. Yeah, guys, that's my take on this new album by Dead by April, Worlds Collide. It's not that great. I mean, there's a few tracks on here that are enjoyable to listen to. Like I said, the tracks I recommend are Breaking Point, Our Worlds Collide, and This Is My Life. Those are all really great songs. Some of their best work on this record. As far as the other tracks go, I mean, some are better than others, but it just overall is not that great. I mean, I know there's some other tracks on this album that I forgot to mention, but they're kind of meh. I'm really surprised, too, that this album has only 11 tracks on it, because typically Dead by April's albums have like 13 or 14 tracks. Maybe they're just not passionate about doing Dead by April anymore. They just decided to shorten their albums. I don't know. Because most albums, I feel like, usually do have about at least 11 tracks. So maybe that's what they were kind of going for this album. I'm not sure. But as far as a regular Dead by April studio album goes, I would say this is their shortest. As far as Pontus goes, when I first heard that he was returning to clean vocals, I was actually very excited. I was excited to hear Pontus's clean vocals mixed with Christopher's scream vocals, because I don't know about anyone else, but Pontus was always my personal favorite clean vocalist from Dead by April. Yes, I probably like him more than Xandro. I'm sorry, band boy lovers, but I prefer Pontus more than Xandro, okay? I think no matter what, as long as he's still in the band, Dead by April's still gonna go on. Like, if he's out of the picture, I think Dead by April would be they would be done, and that's it. I just don't see how people can get excited for a band that releases music like every 3 years. I mean, that's a long wait, if you ask me. I mean, yeah, we had to wait a while for Demon Hunter's new album to come out because they kind of run on the same cycle as Dead by April, just a little bit, probably since 2014. But, yeah, guys, this new album by Dead by April, Worlds Collide, it's a thumbs down, I'm afraid. I would consider it one of their worst releases. It might still be better than Incomparable, because I still think Incomparable was their worst album. I'd say their best are their self-titled debut and Let the World Know. And as far as people that want to check out this band, please do not start off with this new album, okay? If I were you, I'd start off with their debut album, because that is still what I would consider their best. And that does say something, because I don't listen to this band pretty much at all anymore. But I had to check out this new album because they were, like I said, the first metal-ish band that I got into. But, you know, I was, you know, a teen and, you know, thought I was so hardcore because I like this boy band, you know. But, yeah, that's my take on this album. Worlds Collide by Dead by April. I don't want to say it's horrible. I mean, I would consider it okay. If you are a Dead by April fan, this is definitely one that you were going to want to pick up, because you'll probably like it, okay? Did you like this album? Did you dislike it? Do you agree with me? Do you agree that it's just kind of meh? Let me know. Well, that's my review. Be sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you have not done that already. And until next time, I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.